Hey, what's going on, fam? So another quick video, or hopefully quick, I'm not even sure how long it's going to be, but hopefully quick video, just discussing and doing a quick house cleaning on my channel. So let me explain something. My channel is for constructive conversation only, meaning that if there's a disagreement on what I'm saying on my channel, the goal should either be A, for one side to, to learn from the other side, or for both sides to learn from each other. It should not be a discussion where your goal is to make yourself feel better about the fact that you don't have the same understanding of the subject as I do. It shouldn't be if your goal is to make me take my focus off of figuring out a way to replace white supremacy with justice and put it on wasting time trying to convince you of something that you cannot be convinced of. Neely Fuller, for those of you who have studied him, puts a lot of emphasis on non-white people having constructive activity. I personally believe this especially applies to black people who, to me, even though Neely Fuller doesn't necessarily promote this, are the biggest victims of white supremacy, are by far the number one and main intended victim of white supremacy. The goal of my channel is not to have 200,000 followers. The goal of my channel is not to make money, which is what some silly people have said before. My channel's not monetized. Even if it was, it wouldn't make enough money to even be worth my time. I might make 25 cents a month, if that. But that's not my goal anyway. That's why I make the subject matter idea. Because if my goal was to make money off YouTube, white supremacy is the last topic that you talk about if you want to make money on YouTube. Which is one reason why I defend Tariq a lot, because white supremacy is not the topic to talk about if you're out to make money. That's not the money-making topic. Being a Republican, a Demo-coon, whatever you want to call it, doing comedy channels, making jokes, doing a cooking channel or a food review channel. These are ways to make money on YouTube, or a game review channel, whatever, comic review. Those are ways to make money on YouTube, because a lot of people can relate to those regardless of race, regardless of culture, regardless of whatever. But white supremacy is the last topic that you want to talk about if your intention is to make money on YouTube. So, because I know a lot of people say, well, you just admitted that the only reason why you don't make money off YouTube is because you can't. No, even if I had 200,000 followers, my channel probably still wouldn't be monetized, because that's not my goal. But I know that it wouldn't have that many subscribers because of my subject matter. But anyway, I digress. Let's not get too much off topic, because the purpose of this is to just lay out a reason that my channel is for constructive conversation. Meaning that if you come here, I'm not going to allow you to pull myself or my followers into that 200 thread, or 200 reply Twitter thread, or that 300 reply YouTube comment. And you guys know what I mean. You ever seen the YouTube comment that has 300 replies, and then when you actually go look at the replies, there are only two people in the replies going back and forth, and you know how that looks as a third party? Or the Twitter thread where there's 250 replies to the tweet, and there's only two or three people going back and forth with each other in the comments below? Or do you all remember every police brutality shooting, and there's all these white supremacists who will come arguing with black people, and black people will sit there and try to convince them of something that the white person has no intention of understanding? or that they already do understand, but they intentionally play dumb about in order to waste that black person's time and keep them from figuring out a way to replace white supremacy with justice. That's one of the main tactics of a white supremacist, is to argue with the black person in order to waste their time. That's why a lot of these white people will pretend that they don't understand racism and they don't get it, so that the black person will sit there and try to explain to them. And the white person's whole goal is to walk away at the end of that still pretending that they don't understand racism. Because the goal is to get black people to do non-constructive things. And unfortunately, a lot of black people act as de facto white supremacists when they argue with other black people. A lot of times because they are either have some investment in white supremacy, there's some kind of tool of white supremacy, or they're just scared of what life would be like without the white supremacists because they don't want to have to take care of themselves and have the responsibilities of running their own society. So they will distract you and argue with you because they don't want to face white supremacy and they don't want you facing white supremacy either. Or three, sometimes, a lot of times, it's just a goal to protect their ego. They realize they can't think on the level that you do, at least on this topic. But instead of admitting that to themselves consciously, because they've already admitted it to themselves subconsciously, but instead of also admitting that to themselves consciously, they say, you know what? I'm going to feel better about myself by dragging this person down to my level so that I will no longer feel like they know more than me, even though subconsciously I do know that they know more than me, at least on this topic. Doesn't mean that they always know more than you about everything, but at least on this topic. And a lot of times people will do that to protect their ego. But no matter what your reason for arguing endlessly without the goal of learning or helping me to learn, I'm not going to allow it on my channel. I'm not going to allow you to do it to me, and I'm not going to allow you to do it to my subscribers and commenters, my constructive commenters, that is. Let me give you guys an example of people who show up on my channel with non-constructive intentions. So, for example, you guys remember my last video when I was talking about the sheepdogging strategy. And I'm only going to reread one paragraph just so that I can illustrate and drive a point home about the time-wasting trolling that goes on my channel. The sheepdog's job is to divert the energy and enthusiasm of activists for a year and a half out from a November election, away from building an alternative to the Democratic Party and into his doomed effort. When the sheepdog inevitably folds in the late spring or early summer before a November election, there's no time to win ballot access for alternative parties or candidates, no time to raise money or organize any effective challenge to the two capitalist parties. Let me reread that last sentence because it's the most important sentence. No time to raise money or organize any effective challenge to the two capitalist parties. One more time. No time to raise money or organize any effective challenge to the two capitalist parties. Why am I pointing out that last sentence in that paragraph? Because I had a time-wasting troll, without saying any names, show up on my channel and in an attempt to argue with me endlessly, claimed that the Black Agenda Report article was discredited because Hillary won the election. However, if you actually read and had the critical thinking ability to understand that article, you would understand that that article did not say anywhere in there that the goal of the Democratic sheepdog is to allow the mainstream Democrat to win the election. At no point does it say that. It says that it's meant to ensure that they win the Democratic nomination. But then the two capitalist parties point is to show that they are saying that so that once the election occurs, that both sides are corporatist puppets of elites, of Goldman Sachs, of the white supremacists, of the corporations, of the oil billionaires, whoever you want to call it. The elites and white supremacists of this country That is the goal, to make sure that no matter who you choose, they win. That's why it said no challenge to the two capitalist parties. It didn't say no challenge to the Democratic candidate. Now, it does say no challenge to the Democrat in the primary is what they're meant to ensure, that there's no real grassroots challenge to the Democrat in the primary. But it did not say to ensure no challenge to the Democrats in the general election. It did not say that. And for you to take that out of it in order to discredit the article tells me that you're not on my channel for constructive conversation. Because you can find something wrong with the article without lying on it. I don't really see anything wrong with the article, but I'm not infallible. So other people may be able to see something wrong or incorrect or fallacious in the article, but you can do that without lying if you are serious about having a discussion and you have a serious, constructive reason to disagree with me. But when you show up on my channel lying, and I told the brother, stop lying on my channel. And then he did a childish, I know you are, but what am I, by saying that I'm lying. And that is in the article. But I want anybody to go back to that video, read the article, and please copy and paste the part where it says the goal of the sheepdog is to make sure that the main Democrat wins the election. Even if that was the goal, which it's not, Hillary still technically won the popular vote. If it wasn't for the Electoral College, which, by the way, kind of totally discredits the down ballot strategy once again, because voting for the top of the ballot or not leaving the top of the ballot blank is almost pointless when, if you don't live in a swing state, your vote is going to whoever your party is biased to, whoever your state is biased towards anyway. Don't matter who you voted for at the top of the ballot. If anything, it would be more impactful to withhold your vote from the bottom of the ballot or the down ballot than it would be the top of the ballot, where it don't matter. You can write in ADOS, you can write in, my butthole. You can write in Yvette Carnell. It don't matter. If you live in a red state, that vote's going towards Trump. If you live in a blue state, that vote's going towards whoever the Democratic nominee is. That's how the Electoral College works. In non-swing states. But that's not the topic. So back to the topic. Anyway, fam, as I was saying, you have to come to my channel with constructive conversations. And people who come to my channel with non-constructive conversations and outright lies in order to attempt to discredit the article or discredit what I'm saying, you don't have a serious intent. And you're either probably a white supremacist or a black person acting as a white supremacist by trying to troll me and waste my time or waste my subscribers' time and my constructive commenters' time. And it won't be allowed on this channel. Let me give another example of these kinds of non-constructive conversations that go on my channel. For example, there was somebody who showed up on my channel saying, "Oh, you just want drama. No, ain't nobody got to listen to Yvette and Tone. All ADOS ain't listening to Yvette and Tone. Y'all just want drama." There were a couple of other people who said very similar things. "Oh, the down ballot strategy, you ain't got to vote. You just calm down. It ain't that serious. You just want drama." There's been a few people who said that. Something very, very similar along those lines, that I just want drama. That's also a proof that you don't have any intention to address what I said constructively, and you're just looking for anything negative to say about what I said. You don't have anything logical that negative to say about what I said, so you have to say something that's totally off topic from what I said, in order to have your excuse to say something negative about what I said. What do I mean with that you just want drama comment? How many of those people have shown up to Yvette Antone's page telling her that she just wants drama with Charlemagne? Stop criticizing Charlemagne. Ain't everybody who subscribed to the Breakfast Channel listening to everything Charlemagne says? Stop criticizing him. Stop criticizing Roland Martin. Everybody who watches his channel ain't listening to him. Stop criticizing Jay Morrison. Everybody who showed up at the Revolt Summit ain't got to listen to him. How many of y'all have said that on Yvette Antone's channel? Or Professor Black Truth, or Jason Black, or Tariq Nasheed's channel? Stop criticizing the XYZ person. Don't criticize Kamala Harris. Ain't everybody got to listen? Ain't everybody in the Democratic Party ain't listening to her? Don't criticize Bernie Sanders. Everybody in the Democratic Party ain't listening to him. Who does that? Except on my channel. Because we all understand when these other people are talking about whatever they disagree with or dislike or think is bad information or possibly dangerous misinformation, we all understand that sometimes people have a right and sometimes even a duty to call out and correct some of this bad information. So if I personally feel, whether I'm wrong or right, that Tone and Yvette are giving out bad information, it is my right and possibly even my duty to speak up about that. And if you feel like I'm incorrect in saying that they are giving out bad information, come with a constructive reason that's actually addressing what I said as to why I'm wrong. Do not come on my channel saying stupid stuff like I just want drama and people ain't got to listen to Tone or Yvette. And that I ain't got to vote down ballot. I know that, Captain Obvious. I know that Yvette and Tone aren't making it a federal law that you have to vote Democratic down ballot. I understand that. But I have a right to call out what I feel is wrong. And I probably should call out what I feel or know is wrong. So again, family, I'm not saying that I'm perfect or I'm infallible. Because guess what? As much as I may feel that I'm right on my videos, I could be wrong. But if I'm wrong and you're trying to show me the right way and I'm not getting it, why would you continue to waste your time trying to convince me of something I'm not going to see? And I want to use that to close out my video. I don't care about having a lot of followers. I would rather have, because my goal was to replace the system of white supremacy with justice, I would rather have 100 on-code subscribers than 2 million off-code subscribers. I would rather have 100 people subscribed and 2 million people I've had to block off my channel rather than only have 100 people I've had to block off my channel and 2 million subscribers and they're all off code. So, if I'm not getting it, and it's really you that's the person in the right on that particular topic, and I'm really the person that's in the wrong, and I have to block you off my channel, guess what? I still did the constructive thing because I saved you from wasting your time trying to convince me of something that I'm not ready to understand or that I'm not capable of understanding. So either way, when I block and delete you off my channel, because that's the main purpose of this video, is to explain why I will have a lower and lower tolerance for trolls as the more I make videos. Because the more I make videos, the more I put out fair and concise warnings. Please come to my channel with constructive goals. Whether you agree or disagree, come to my channel with constructive goals. Otherwise, you will find yourself having wasted your energy because a lot of the trolls type paragraphs and chapter after chapter of comments on my pages. Some of y'all don't see them because they get deleted. Y'all do see some because I leave some of them up to show the example of how some people conduct themselves online. But please, whether you write a short, stupid comment or a long, stupid comment, understand that the tolerance will get lower and lower and lower. And I will more and more actively, because my channel was so small, and I read every comment, whether I reply or not, I read every comment. I will be less and less tolerant of people who have no intention for constructive conversation. I will be deleting your comments. And if I'm irritated enough by your comment, I will delete it. I will block you, off my channel. Sometimes I'll just delete your comment and not block you, but sometimes I will delete your comment and block you. Or sometimes I won't delete your comment, I'll just block you. But anyway, fam, that's all the purpose of this video. Just a quick house cleaning, points of order, um, so we can move on to the constructive topics, and people who disagree can have constructive disagreements. So anyway, like, share, subscribe. Peace. Uh, Peace out, fam. Taking a while to close out this. All right, peace.